back escapes. There was a nice competition theme yesterday that I said I will try to disprove what Aaron did. But it was like, being a Colby Covington of Jiu-Jitsu a little bit, What I'm trying to say to you today is how to. I want to show you how not to be in a back control, how to not give your back away. And if they do, they have nothing still. Taking the back is not the problem anymore. You can roll in later, you can try to take my back. Wish you the best luck. And it's very hard. And I get choked. I will also show you how I get choked because I'm developing something in sparring, sparring with purples and browns and black belts. So I get sometimes choked, but it's my choice because I want to drill during the sparring with good guys. So it always comes with a danger of being choked out. But that's the fun part. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to talk why back escapes are broken in Jiu-Jitsu. And I'm going to present the also solution that I think right now could be the most complete back escape system in the world. I know it's a big claim. And I can back it up. And we're building there. But so far what I've seen could be the most complete. It's always under construction. It's never absolute. Yeah. So I'm going to show you, mostly I'm going to talk about one position that's missing from Jiu-Jitsu. I have no clue why. It's I call it more wrestling. And I've seen evidence people do it. Wrestlers mostly do it because they can't put their back on a mat because that's like blasphemy for them. So they're always looking for other solutions. So, and it's actually this position. This is back control, turtle, side control, half guard. This is the tripod, and I use it everywhere. So I'm really big believer of universal jiu-jitsu, that it's actually very quite similar everywhere. There's styles, but fundamentally it starts from one place. Let's say one, but there might be a couple of 3 or 2, but universally I'm all about extremes. I'm a very extreme person myself. So this is my expression of the science I do. So I'm trying to find the beginning of Jiu-Jitsu. I really believe there's a beginning, there's a best way to start. There's a universal way to start. I'm still blindly believing and trying to prove that. And there's a lot of evidence that supports that. So it's not like my opinion. I'm very scared of being right. And so I'm very scared of saying that I'm right. But the evidence is piling up, so I'm kind of saying that a little bit. So. Extreme. Another extreme is escaping late, very late. And the evidence is I can escape pretty late arm bars, like VDEs. It happened last month, kind of figured out. Took me 2.5 years. And then we found out that, the Vinny Magalesh and Verdun fight, ADCC, I can do it. I can teach everybody this. It's not flexible shoulders. It's jiu-jitsu. And it's so fun. And the evidence is that I've escaped 28 arm bars and got arm barred 3 times during the last month against good guys. It's not cocky to count stuff because it's statistics. I want to see how it works. But so far it's just fun. And I do it against purple, browns, and black belts. So it's kind of fun to escape and test during sparring. So I can teach both extremes. I want to see how big it is, the jiu-jitsu. I can escape pretty late chokes. So I'm always about the late, how deep the rabbit hole goes. So that's my thing. And then everything else is also good, but I'm about that extreme, and I will tell you why it's important. So, back escapes. Let's say in a guard, close guard top is another topic. I will do that in Friday. It's very misunderstood. And I'm going to show my version of close guard bottom and close guard top, not closed. I don't believe in closed guard. There's the evidence that everybody's wrong. I know, it's a blunt thing, I know. So just to make you curious, I'm throwing those out, and some of it you connect. So there's a close guard, and the closed guard is I don't think there is in that way closed guard that people think. And it's all about the escape. If the top is fixed, the bottom can't play closed guard. So that's what I do. So that's a Friday class. We will try to change. MMA guys get it right away. What I'm about actually. Back escapes are usually, let's say in guard, you don't stack because that's blasphemy. That's wrong, because you should stack. And also most people try to stand up. That's other extreme. So we actually have two extremes. I can teach you both. Stacking in and then standing up. And everything that's between. I can teach that. Most people just go away, and the posture down is scrutinized by saying that, you see everybody says, oh, I broke his posture, yeah? No, I want to be broken posture because I can stack in now. Thank you for that. I can pass your guard. I can pass through the closed guard by stacking. Another extreme is an opening. So back escapes are very weird because in back escapes most people teach stacking. You understand what I mean? Put your back on the mat. That was very blasphemy during the guard. And nobody's teaching standing up. Very few people I know, actually, let's say, teach standing up back escapes. But that's one of the best ways to escape, because I will stand up and like a closed guard, if I stand up, I get more gravity, you know, they're holding more onto me. So I can teach you both. I can teach you put your back on the mat. I don't think that's bad, that's totally awesome. And I can also teach you stand up. And if I teach you both ends, you can fully express yourself. Otherwise you live inside my bubble. That's why I'm after the extremes. Because other than that, if I don't know those extremes, you live inside my bubble. And that limits your expression of yourself. And that's the scary part I don't want to do. I don't want to limit your expression of yourself. And that's why it's very dangerous to teach a style. So my bubble as a coach has to be the biggest. And I'm very scared of that if it's small. So you will never find out who you really are and what you like if there's no choice. If I'm just giving you the choice that you have to have. So back escapes are the same. And so I give you a full spectrum of stuff, and then you learn to what you like and what you don't like. In certain environments you stand up more, certain environments you stack in more. So there's a choice. You learn to live with them. But mostly people are teaching, yes, you know that, they're always back on the mat. But that leaves you in the bottom. But MMA, I would want to be on top more. So there has to be a choice. And then you learn to counter that choice as an attacker, and then there's a sport. So nothing's unbeatable, you just have to know how to beat it. No gi and gi are the same for me. I never grab gi, I usually grab fingers and some are wrists. I do spider guard with this actually. I call gi cheating. It's because you can grab anywhere. I think you should grab the no gi stuff anyway with a gi grip, because that's a mechanically superior position to grab human beings. But the gi allows you to grab anywhere, you know? So that means also like false positives. And that's very, very dangerous. If you do any science field, you know, like it's just crazy. So no gi kind of, you know, gets those things off, but it's very slippery, and other things is bad. So you get out by also false positives because it's sweat. So you have to be very, very aware of what you do. So I'm going to show you one portion that's missing from Jiu-Jitsu, and then we're going to talk about it, and then maybe you get it, maybe you don't. If you're interested, if something clicks, then ask me. We can do some, you know, there's a class, I guess, or there's a room. We can do that drilling stuff, you know, because it takes me usually 4 hours minimum to teach that, to teach back escapes. I've done it in Chris' gym. So you can ask him what the effect has been. I've been in 3 times already in his gym. Yeah, he laughs. I'm just, you know, I'm usually teaching unfriending people because the most compliments I usually get is you're annoying. So my style of rolling is very annoying because, you know, if I want, you don't get anything, and I'm very defensive. And I think defensive skills are not high level in Jiu-Jitsu, and I do defensive skills because I'm worried about beginners. Because defensively, you're lost. And I want to fix that. I want you to give defensive powers that you can survive anything and then develop your jiu-jitsu, because that's the one they teach you first, you know, defensive survival. I can survive. I can teach that to you. So I'm worried about always at beginners. I don't worry about what happens later. So in that sense, I'm very fascinated by defense. And I think it's even a greater superpower than attack. If you can't beat me, if you just can't beat me. That's a very scary thing. I don't say you can't, but just I'm after that. You can't beat me, and I can beat you when I get it. So superpower of defense, I think it's even harder skill to have than attack. And you never have good attacks when defense sucks. You understand that? How can you have a very good back attacks when you actually know that back escape sucks? So how can you develop good attacks? So it's very impossible. That's also I'm after a defense, because I want to fix the attacks. Because only after you fix the defense you can understand the attacks better. Because against white belts everything works. When the defense is very good, only certain window works. And it's impossible to find out without good defense. So, so who has a good clock choke, like a bow and arrow choke? Anybody? Who knows? I know. Oh. So, bow and arrow, like let's say, yes, we'll try. So, but hooks in? Yes. So I'll show you one position that usually is missing from jiu-jitsu, hooks in. So usually, like both the bells go, choke, works. Go. 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 So, that's my class. That's the evidence I can do. I can do it in a black belt level. And it's crazy. And it works in no-gi and gi. Certain things you discover in gi a bit better, because in no-gi, it's in boxing. Usually I use boxing analogies. You do boxing like this, yeah? Shoulder rolls. We call it, don't be mad, it's a Stephen Hawking, yeah? Yes, don't be mad, yeah? So, usually people are, what you are, just relax. So, I use this. So, in gi, you understand actually better why I do this. Because in no-gi sometimes, there's chokes. No, there's no chokes. If you have a fundamentally good position, it works in gi and no-gi the same. Usually, put the gi on, you get choked a lot, because you're doing it wrong. If you do it correctly, then you don't get choked. It's a no-gi and gi. I really think that Helio was, in a way, right than when he said it's no-gi gi, that jiu-jitsu is for no-gi and MMA, or gi and MMA. And I really believe that. I'm trying to prove that. And I think it's that. So the position, that's the weird one. Do it again. So, the only thing I do, go. Wait, don't change. No. That's the thing that they will, so I can do this, go. And I could use my arms, I don't just want to, this is more funnier. So I can do this, go. And I can do this, go. Go back, do it again. And when I do this, go. Everything works. Wait, go. When I do this, go. Nothing works. So, jiu-jitsu. I know now you're interested. Yes. So, I can, that's the, if I can do this, I can hold on. This is even better. I call it Greco-Roman shoulders. But the stuff I do, I actually want to tilt as less as possible. Because this you win, this you lose. Yeah, they actually, so they lose the choke, they get the choke. It's that about. It's that amount. But usually when I teach stuff, then I teach you this. And then we just give them more back. And we see the level where actually choke gets up. So it's all about, and also bow and arrow. I know you guys like bow and arrow. Bow, hooks in. Go back. A little bit. So that's the stuff here. I'm actually going out. And that's no problem. So do the hooks in. I'm going to show you the easy. Wait, just relax. Do this side more, so they will see. Wait, this is the better side. Okay, let's do this way. Which is your good side? Okay.
They both suck.
Okay. So try to grab the knee. Bow and arrow. Kind of works. Go back. And try to grab the knee. Doesn't work. Bow and arrow only works when you get the knee. Just get the knee, slowly. They get the knee. Now I can bend. I actually go in right now. There's a danger zone when I get passed out. I've been choked once, I think, like I passed out. But I usually go in, wrestling style. But if they get the knee, that's a very bad grip because there's a slack actually. If I turn my knee, he feels that actually right now. Go. And usually this happens, and now I'm usually on top. So, thank you very much. So, it's about that position that I said, yeah, I know, and I'm interested. And also, I could use my arms. There's, you can grab the, don't grab the sleeve, so that's cheating. Grab the wrist, grab the elbow, and I can use, but it's more fun to do it without the arms, because that's just more scarier a little bit. But I control the leg, and then arms are later, so there's many systems there. But the position is this, kind of literally. And then also, I can also stand up when they can't pull me down, if the posture is good. They want to come after me, then I will stand up. And then, switch them around and go. So, and also I will try to show you, just to create the interest, I only have 55 minutes. So it's like a crash course. And you have a question, you have to bug me, drag me into that room, lock me there 2 hours. I will explain you the back escapes. I can do extra seminar there if you want, but I can't do it in 55 minutes. I can just spark an interest in you. So, and also one thing, one region where you lose is from turtle to back. That's the transition. They attack your turtle, they put hooks in, somehow, magically it happens. And I have very good turtle. Like everything you do in turtle, I would say even you have to talk to me before. Because if you do those kind of turtles, like somebody's turtling and you take their back, or somebody's doing this and you take their back, I resist. I object. I object. Because we know better. You shouldn't do that. We should weed out those turtles. You should play this. And so I'm trying to weed out that turtle. It's a very hard job actually, because it's all around. Everybody does this. And then that's why the turtle is broken. That's why you have a very bad rep in turtle. Don't turtle. They take your back. No, they won't. Yeah. So if you like turtle and if you teach turtle, try to communicate with me. I will show how it works. So, but let's stop everybody. Let's stop doing those things. They clearly don't work, and it's clearly dangerous to do those things, and also arms in and stuff. So stop doing those things, and tell people to stop doing those things, and ask me. Bring me over. I will show you. Yeah. So that's the whole point. And I will show you now also with the back harness. Harness is another separate topic that if you lock your arms, it's very hard actually against me. It's very hard to get a good grip. I will wrist fight you. I will show you also how it works. So you should wrist fight. It's Greco-Roman stuff. So let's do a turtle. They have a harness. Magically it happened. Wait, do the side control a little bit like side turtle. They have a turtle. They're like a harness, and try to slowly take my back. Go. Well, whatever. Yeah, so usually you land here. See where I land? It's all back. It's all wrong. Yeah, I landed already where they want. So if they take the back, and if they have a harness, and even, let's say, something happens, go, take the back. And now, I want to land here. Why do I land here? That doesn't make any sense. So I land in my position and everything is gone. So I have to know where I land. Thank you. So that's the transition, so my back escapes could actually work. So if you look like mobility, movement, then this happens. So if somebody takes my back, that's one option. I land to panda. It was called once a dead butterfly because the head is down, and this is butterfly guard. So we call it this is dead butterfly. But the old joke is it was too dramatic for Estonians. So we changed that. So now it's panda. It's more happy. So, but the movement is this. So you go, one. You can go here. You fall running man, but you never fall here. That's what they want. So you as a back taker, you learn to take the back way better. So I give you also stuff to do now, because I can talk all day. Because there's so much broken things in Jiu-Jitsu. So take the back, hooks in. So now just try, slowly. Try the lapel stuff, go. Yeah, it works, you tap. I also try the rear naked choke. Yeah, clearly works. So now it's about controlling that leg, controlling the attachment. You can do it with the arm and the leg, but let's do it with the leg. That's what you get first. So get top, not bottom, top of the leg, and you have this. And legs, you switch, because it's easier to go to the knees. So rear naked choke, go back, rear naked choke. Kind of hard, I know. So, and if you have a lapel, also both. So choke, okay, and then you turn. Really turn, look into the choke, go. Then it should be harder. And then, if you know already what I do, you can have this, the same position, but now I switch the legs. Now this becomes free. First it was this free, yeah? Now it becomes this free. I can manage the hooks and stuff, fight this. So, choke. Choke. Yes, nothing. And the last one, if you want to try, is choke. That's very powerful for him. Go, go. You can use the bridge and stuff, or you can do go. Nothing, yeah? Then I can roll and get out. So start with this position first, give them stuff, and then take away. And it's really like a Greco-Roman. I turn, and then I look into stuff. So I can do also this, but not, I should not recommend it for you, maybe. It's too early. So, and you should feel the difference. Easy choke, harder choke. If you still get choked, find a better position. So it should be really dramatic difference at first. And then you're going to play that they squeeze a little bit. Then you still survive. It's kind of good to be that in that half, like soul leaving the body moment. I get there a lot, and then I get out, usually. But it's not recommended for beginners at first. It's kind of dangerous. So that's my level, extreme. I usually test that. It's more fun. So toes, toes, toes. Do it, try it, and then here, do this. And just take your best side and start slow. Don't go like, right away. So do it slow. So give them success. And also, turn their body. This is a good position. So be there for them also. And then you switch. Okay, so help each other. That's the only way to get better. And communicate. And I'll give you like maybe 4 minutes or something. And that would be the like certain things we do in the camp, but this class. But again, drag me to the room. I can do a 2-hour class too if you want. So that's it. Take a partner. No clap. Yes. I know most of you like, oh, if I teach you this turtle, like I put my arms here, everybody's like, oh, what about choke? There's no chokes. It's like everything is there. Don't worry about the chokes. I guess I go and help my neck, but it's all about the postures. And it's jiu-jitsu, it's taught backwards because everybody's bodies and let's say everybody's, yeah? So take it with a grain of salt again. Everybody's, position is wrong and you concentrate so much on arms. So I'm more about fixing the body and then just I can relax. And then I can add arms if I want to. If it's a real fight, really, the strong guys, yes, I use arms. But first I have to fine tune my body to put it in exactly the most advantageous position I can, and then I add arms back. And then all the strength also back. But if I only just doing this and then just arms, like you usually do, that's very common what people do in jiu-jitsu. They have this and you have, those things and you grab and you're messed up here. It's already wrong. They will win that fight because your body is not an efficient position and they can do a deadlift right now with this body alignment. So the fun part is do this choke, wait. So try to pull with your back now. Stretch me out, go, pull. It's really hard to resist. And I don't know why, but when I do this, try to pull, the deadlift is gone. And when he gets the top arm, I have to change. And then when change the better, then we're here. So that's usually what happens. Everybody gets smart somehow. Like if they did this choke, no, other way, yes. Like they did this and then it's like doesn't work. And then everybody, oh yes, I do this and now you're fucked. No, I'm not, so go back. So, first of all, try to change the arm. Go. Yes. What happened right now? He gave me so much space there to actually do everything I want. Second of all, try to change the arm. Go, go. Go. What happens now? Go. I know, it's a weird thing to do. So, and then third of all, go, if they get a grip, change. I can actually go there, a little bit harder, I like it. And then I do those things. And now I don't put my back on a mat. And putting the back on a mat is actually a very wrong sentence, because you should not put your back on a mat. You should put your one shoulder on the mat. If you put both shoulders, you're fucked. Sorry. If you put one shoulder, you have an advantage. So you're flat, you don't be flat. And now it's about what he does. I end up in a mount maybe, I have an elbow here, maybe a gear guard, or we turn around, and we have other side the same position. So there's options there. But most people, and without the good back attacks, what you don't realize, you have to do this jab cross. So that's the sport. Every sport, wrestling, boxing, is a jab cross sport. Push, pull, left, right. And without good back defense, you never realize that. Because you don't have a knee, you just get the collar, and now it's done. Yeah, I win. No, you're not. And the evolution in our gym has been, usually it's a fake first, to just make me react. And then they get the, this, and then they choke. But it only happens against a good defense. If nobody has good defense, you get choked out. If nobody has a good boxing, they can go like, and then punch someone in their face. But if it's boxing, then you have to play and everything, and then make them open and fake a little bit, and that's how you beat them. It's a sport. So good defense teaches you the sport aspect of jiu-jitsu. That if you don't have a good defense, you don't do sports. I'm a really big advocate of jiu-jitsu being broken, and it's not taught as a sport. It's just, I get this and now I choke you. No, it should be a play. It should be like a basketball, wrestling, boxing, it's a play. And we don't teach it this way. We get the underhook and now it's an armbar. No, it's not. Try to armbar me. It's quite hard. I will fight back the grips and become a sport match. So that's I'm really advocating that we should change that. We should teach it as a sport. And we don't do it yet. So we have a very big potential to become way, way better than we are right now. So, and like average Joe will get better. That's after more average Joes to get stick into jiu-jitsu, don't quit, stay there. So the more I make sense of beginning, the more you stay in jiu-jitsu. Because the beginning is the hardest to understand. If it's so messed up, everybody's teaching differently and you're in the middle of that, so it's very confusing. So that's why I'm after the beginning, so you would stay longer and you will get there. So beginners. So now I also teach you to, maybe I will show you. You can try the same angle. I will also teach you how to stand up. So I do a little lighter guy, so it doesn't matter really.
What do you mean?
Yes. Take my back. So there's usually what I do is just to get the angle, yes. So this and that, and there's different things. Also, this just for coaches, I guess you understand it better. If I keep this hook long, then usually I do those things, and now I can just let go, because that's my leg, and now I have leg work here, and this is secret stuff. So I can, if I keep this hook long, then they have to learn to hide it actually, and if they don't, go back. So I learn to play with those hooks. So I kill the legs and everything shuts down here. So legs are the power source, usually. Not the hips, I think the legs. Hips are also important. So I keep the hook long for that. And this leg, that's because they can't shrimp behind me. Go, shrimp behind me. So see, they got the angle back. That's the dangerous part. They got my shoulder. Right now there's disconnection in shoulders. He can't choke. It's very hard. So that's why I do this leg. Later I can do the same thing from the arm. They can't shrink now. That's the wrestling stuff. Put this on a mat, turn, and I'm out. So that's how wrestlers you do that. Kill the harness. They just drag you over and you're in front of them suddenly. So that's why I do this leg. And now if the good part is here, you can also have option, because you have that angle, you have option to go to knees. There's many variations how you do it. And you have option also to go back. And that's the great thing of a jab cross. Now it's a patterns, broken patterns, and sport. Because if they pull you back, go pull. Then I go here. You're not pulling me back. You're pulling me that side. Pull me a little bit that way. Still pulling me wrong. Turn away, yes. Now I go here. And now everything is good again. If he pulls me back, most people do this. Go pull back. You land here. So wait. Pull me back. Pull me back again. Sorry, pulling back. So I play here. So that's the jab and cross. So anything you know about jiu-jitsu is awesome because most people know how to put your back on a mat. You can't pull me there, pull me straight back. That's impossible. Only direction you have is the weakest one I give you. There. You can pull me there. But that's the escaping side. They actually help me to escape. And then we do every escape. Sit up, maybe turn in, who cares? So the posture should withstand pulling back. Pull back, go back. So I do it. Pull back. Right, and if they come after me, go. Now the fun part starts. See my posture? You can try it later. I will never let go this arm when I don't switch this arm. Neck is always like this, they can't choke. And I'm keeping them short, so this hook won't come in. And only when I'm switching this to the same position. Now this is free. Try to put the hook in. See? And now it's a Greco-Roman stuff. Usually do this, usually. So, what you can try now. Take the position, feel that you're safe. You have weight a little bit forward, the other way they pull you back. So find the balance. Turn, so shoulder is weak, shoulder is strong, yeah? You can lift later. This you can't lift, you will break your shoulder. So, feel that you can go, and if they pull back, they won't pull you back this way because your posture is leaning forward. They pull you back here. So then it's a back escape. Put your back on the mat and you're safe. The only weak handle I give them is the one I want to give them. And if they want to square up, they can't pull you down, they can't choke you, they come after you. Then they let you to stand up. I can't stand up and I'm pulling me back. The weight is there. So they're coming after me, so I go, still keep the leg, up, and now I change. And after I change, this becomes free, and now it's safe. And now it's usually like, you drag and then you go. So that's the direction. And standing up is very awesome, because most people don't know what to do there. It's very uncharted territory. But I hope to change that, because the more I teach people to stand up, adaptation rule is usually that you learn to counter those things, and you develop technique against those things. And that's, I'm not saying that if I stand up, I will win. No, but there's no technique, so probability to win is bigger. And some talented guys will figure it out maybe, but I want everybody to be able to do that, so don't wait. So, standing up is awesome. Stacking is awesome. So, both extremes is necessary for you to experience jiu-jitsu. And it's not hard to stand up against your own weight, and always try in a home little bit smaller weight first. And I guess, and also if you have 20 kilo difference, you're not supposed to stand up with people. Understand? Like if you're a smaller person, you play more guard anyway. So there's different rules in different weight classes. So that's reality. So try those things, take your best side, attacker, help them. Don't punish them. Fix their posture, okay, now I come after you, let's go. You help them to remind stuff. It's too much already information. Okay, so work together as a team. Let's go, no clap. But the question is, are you interested? Yeah? Fun thing? No, I said it. Anyway, so two things you can check. There's a YouTube film. It was one friend, Jay Kennedy from Seattle, actually showed this to me. And there's a fight with Vito Cholin and Barbosa. I don't remember his first name, sorry. Old school guy. And you know, Vito Cholin is one of the best grapplers, was one of the best grapplers in the world. Like, you know, right now he's also high level, but you know, sport has passed on. But he was the guy. So the Barbosa, I don't know why, but he didn't have a good turtle. So he got his back taken 4 times. But then Barbosa escaped like this. Like boom, like this. I was like, I usually, when I see those arrows, this is an anomaly. You go like, Vitor is one of the best guys. You should, you know, if they take your back, you should be like a little bit more in danger. So I right away like, what the hell is that going on there? Because that's an anomaly. It shouldn't happen. And so somebody knows something or it's a fluke, but he did it 4 times in a row. So I was like, huh. And he cheated a little bit. So he did like gi stuff. So right away he took his back and he had a hook here, and then right away turned and controlled that arm so he couldn't choke him. Because with the chokes, With the chokes, you can make it like wrestling stuff more. So take it back. There's, you know, it's deeper knowledge pool. So I can go choke. I can do this. Now there's no chokes. This is wrestling. Yeah. I have a good angle, go choke. The shoulders in a way, they can't choke. Here it's more fun, then I have to turn more. But ideally I turn enough that the shoulder pops. And now there's a structure behind, you can't choke. So now I could put my back on a mat or go to knees, depends what they do. It's a jab and cross play, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So that's what I do. You can grab the gi, I guess, you know, I'm not against it, but I don't do it. I'm giving you a choice to grab or not to grab. It's, if you only know how to grab, that's not a choice, it's a mandatory thing. And it's like, you know, it's not good. So there's has to be a choice that you I like this, I like that. So I don't mind after that, what you do. But I'm all about the choice. So that was a match that inspired me. So there's some posture that's really weird. Now there's a system is very big, so it's not only that. And I can teach a full spectrum of back escapes. I'm very happy about that because it's one of the rare things, and you don't see it. There's no DVDs about it or something. So I'm pretty much, I'm alone kind of in this. When people teach back escapes, they usually teach back to the mat. So I've never seen anybody do it. So maybe there's somebody. Another thing is how I got inspired by wrestlers. One of the best European wrestlers, Greco-Roman, Alotom in Estonia. We have a very good Greco base in Estonia. Like very good famous wrestlers like Hackenschmidt and Geo Lurichen. Everybody's like Estonians. They competed under Russian name, but there was Estonians. And we even have a special style also in Estonian wrestling. They know like Russians have a style, Ukrainians, and Georgians, and then Estonians. We have a special style, like really working man style. Like just underhooks, underhooks, underhook, underhook, just double underhooks, and then we throw your ass. So it's just very, very hard working style, our style in Estonia. So very high level wrestling. And with wrestlers today, we had MMA camp like a couple of years ago. Back escapes are like 3 years old now. 3 years I know how to escape back. I can teach it. I've done jiu-jitsu 18 years. Imagine the joy, yeah? So I feel your frustration. But with wrestlers, with the MMA stuff, you know, I don't know, so maybe it was here, but wrestlers, they don't have a choice putting the back on the mat. They're just scared of the mat. And we were like talking to them, and I was like, no, I'm not putting my back on the mat. You can go like, you know, F you know, I'm not doing that. And I was that guy, they here. And the wrestlers tried to attack me a little bit. And the wrestler was always like, he tried to get away. Clearing hooks and stuff and just getting away. I was like, this is so wrong. You shouldn't do it. This is wrong jiu-jitsu or something. I was like, and he escaped all the time because he's a 90 kilo, you know, wrestler. So I was like, this is so weird. That everything he does is kind of wrong, and then but it works so efficiently. And then he grabbed my arms and, you know, peeled me off and run away, and I was like, very interesting, that he has a super feeling. And so then I started to work in extremes and stuff. And also in UFC, you see that. Benavidez is one that uses it. I've seen, I don't know what match it was, half year or whatever, he stood up like this in the back control. And then it was, you know, standing here and maybe turned around even. So wrestlers using it. And the jiu-jitsu guys usually they feel like, oh, it's in danger, the arm and stuff, you know, the arm bars. There's no arm bars. I know I'm absolute. So if I have that leg, there's no arm bars. If you have this, then it's a little bit more arm bars. But still, there's no arm bars. Because the defense goes very deep. It's not like you have arm bar, now tap. No, I will tap when you actually need to tap. But it's very, very deep. The rabbit hole is very, very deep. So, the harness. Just the idea is this, go to arm bar. Yes, go back. So, anytime he lets go of that shoulder, go. I'm turning around all the time. There's the elbow, stuff and everything. So, and if I'm late, you know, then I escape and it's all fun. But who has long legs? A body triangle. I know you're interested in the body triangle. That's the, if I can, oh, not you. No. Yes. So, body triangle, I just show what I do. I know the body triangle is like, everybody's interested, like, okay, back escapes, what about body triangle? Squeeze a little bit, squeeze the legs. Go. It kind of sucks, yeah. Go back. That's so. But now, look, squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Yes. See what it did? The angle is back. So, what I need, squeeze. I know. I can tell. But if I this squeeze, then it's gonna, it hurts. So squeeze. I know. So here also, if I'm here, harness, and when everything, you know, upper body is wrong. Oh wait, a little bit talk. Upper body is wrong. and body triangle is on, you're fucked. Yeah? So then they do the deadlift and choke and body triangle, so you don't know where to tap. Yeah? But you're not supposed to be there. Or if you are there, they've done everything right and messed up your defense, and you deserve the tap. It's an honest win. I'm not saying it won't happen to me, it's just very rare. And I like to go there sometimes because it's kind of fun to tap. So I tap a lot, actually. By having this back escape, you could imagine how much I tapped. Because I have to go, choke, 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 oh, no choke, interesting. Here, choke, choke. So that's why I dig deeper. And I cut like, I don't know, I've get choked out so much. And then go, oh, something there. You go, choke, okay, choke, okay, there. And that's how you find out stuff. Very frustrating, only Estonian can take it maybe. This 50 years of occupation has done this to me that I can, take it, the suppression. So, body triangle. So, and hide your leg. Hide your leg, yes. No. I know. So that's what I do. I can reach it. I don't reach it from here. That's kind of nonsense, yeah? I already given everything away. I can do it from here also. Hide your leg. Not under me. Just hide them. So I can go here. And if I can, usually I pick this, but sometimes people are smarter. So if I'm open, I'm going this way. Yeah, now I'm good. Hooks in. The way I turn under whatever it is later. So I'm fighting for top always. I never pull guard. I'm always fighting for top, and if they do a good job, I have to choose the guard. But I'm always aiming for top. That's the thing. You never choose the guard. Just you're forced there. Top is kind of better. Self-defense, MMA, no gi, whatever attitude. We have a system that calls unsweepable. You get swept, but you have a system how to counter all the sweeps mostly. With Elvis, Platts Pro, and Forrest. So I can do that. So it's like I teach people not to fall so often. And there's a choice. You can fall, but there has to be a choice to not fall also. So it shouldn't be like, oh, you sweep and you're getting top. So that's very bad, also in Jiu-Jitsu. Anyway, that's not a topic. So, unsweepable. I did it at Heidelberg last year. It went like in people. Most people didn't get it, what I was about, so I was very sad about it. So we have to finish the class. So I hope I sparked some interest. You get to know me a little bit. I'm very passionate. I'm very cocky, I know, but it's just confidence. As an old school Estonian and half Russian, so I don't have a lot of empathy, and I don't sometimes see a lot of things how people perceive me. But I hope you see past that I'm really what I'm about, and so only thing I want to change things better. I don't want to change because I want to change stuff, but it's just when I change, they work better. It makes more sense, and I'm always after the evidence. And if evidence points somewhere else, I will go there. And I will always change my mind. If I don't, that's dangerous. That's like, something else. So if I see new evidence, there's evidence, it works, we have to go there. So that's what I do, is evidence-based. And I'm already like, I'm scared of being right. That's the scariest thing, because I don't see it anywhere else. And it's like me only doing it. And all the good guys fighting, and I don't see it. But I know it works. I'm testing it against black belts and stuff. So I'm kind of scared to say I'm right, and guys, you're missing it. Because there's so many good guys fighting them. Who am I? Guy from Estonia. But God damn it, it seems I'm right. And definitely be skeptic, test it, roll with me, try to choke me. But evidence is piling up. So that's an interesting story. So again, bug me during the week, roll with me, drag me into the room, and we'll see what happens there. So I can go on, but thank you. And my next class is Friday, and then we talk why I don't think there's closed guard in Jiu-Jitsu. Because when we talk about top, then the bottom is changing, because when we fix the escapes, the attacking part is changing, and that's what I'm about. I will show you how I play close guard bottom, but only because I know what the top does. And that's not it. Just teaser it is, I think we should move away from that. If you're an MMA guy, it doesn't make any sense anyway. So that's the secret that most people do, and again, Lonely Estonian says you shouldn't do it. We have this position. Kind of like back escapes. So, see you on Friday, thank you.